Disney Hollywood Studios. I gotta get myself mentally ready for this, as it is a Friday, it is hot, and it is obviously pretty busy here. So I'm not gonna mess around. I'm gonna set my priorities as they should be, and I'm gonna get straight across the park to its main attraction nowadays, which can only be one thing, which is Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Oddly enough, I was overhearing a discussion between someone that works on this ride, or at least formerly worked on the ride. You can take that for what it may be. It's going to be probably an interesting day here. I think I have about 6 hours. I could have a lot more if I decide to just stay at this park, but I potentially might be going to Epcot later, based on how busy it is here today. So here it is, Disney Hollywood Studios. First time I've been here in almost 30 years, since the park originally opened way back in 1991, I want to say. I think it was 1991. Rise of the Resistance is already at a 90-minute wait. So I guess I have a big wait to look forward to start my day, which is probably expected. At this rate, I think I need it. All right, here we go. Based on my experience at Universal yesterday with those queue times, I'm not entirely sure whether or not I'm willing to believe Disney's estimates on that wait, as nothing was accurate at Universal yesterday, and Disney sometimes tweaks things, as they have a new Fast Pass system that's not available to everyone. It's more of a premium upcharge now, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. Amazing after 30 years that you still remember, or you have a familiarity with certain things. Like Muppet Vision 3D, which was one of my favorite attractions here when I was first here as a kid. But we're going into something completely new right now. I can already see the line forming ahead of me. Whew, it's gonna be a day of lines. I don't like lines, but it is what it is. It's Halloween weekend here in Florida. And with that comes lines. That is the line, and it is mega. Alright, we're in this new section. I'm supposed to be wowed, but really it kind of looks a bit Busch Gardens to me. Lightning Lane, that's the one. So this is Rise of the Resistance, end of the line, 90-minute wait. One refreshing change from home is that I have seen no queue jumping in the time that I've been here, as it is well policed. So peace of mind, because it does frustrate me at times. But yeah, they don't mess around with that here at Disney. So there are certain advantages to the bureaucratic action that they employ. Okay, we're no longer in the line for Rise of the Resistance as it's been on a delay for half an hour. I really it's a bad start, so I'll say that much because you know, I've invested a lot of money to come down here and it already looks like I might not get on the ride. And for 150 bucks odd to get here to be in the park for the day, obviously the premier attraction is the reason why we're here. But we can't get on it. Yeah, so prepare for that if you're here because the ride has had so many delays and yeah, no difference today. So I guess I'm gonna go to the other side of the park, try to get a couple of other things covered that I haven't done before, and then I'll come back here and see how it is. Also, if you get stuck in the line with people that are a little over chatty and want to show you videos on YouTube of what they're watching on TV, yeah, you kind of have to move on. So I took some risks yesterday with Universal, and I'm gonna kind of do that again today. I'm not going to Epcot as I originally stated because the line for Slinky Dog Dash, which I do have to do at some point today, is 70 minutes. Now there is the park hopper situation, so a lot of people may have come to this park first before going to another park. Regardless of that fact, I'm definitely not going to be paying more to do attractions that I've already done and then do Ratatouille, which I've done in Paris already, on a ridiculously long wait itself too, so it's just not worth it to me. I have hit and miss days with Disney. I'm going to relax and try to enjoy it as much as I can, but you're probably going to get more of just me being here looking at rides than actually being on rides today. We'll see. I'm going to wait until the latter half of the day when hopefully the lines will slow down a bit to possibly get on some of these attractions that don't have super long waits. But that being said, I do still have 10 odd hours here, so we'll see how it goes.
Aren't you the sweetest little set of new toys I ever met?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. They're trying to win me back here.
I'd love to.
We'll see how it goes. Hopefully Rise of the Resistance, because it's closed now, is gonna probably be on a huge wait for most of the day if it does come back up. If it doesn't come back up, it's really gonna cause some problems. Because yeah, I've come a long way. But that wouldn't be without the case when I go to these parks. There seems to be one particular attraction that you miss out on. But for us international travelers, yeah, it's definitely, there should be some sort of compensation, I would say, in a circumstance of which half of the reason that you're at this park is for that attraction. Sound a little bit moany right now, I know, but obviously disappointed, but we'll see how it goes for the rest of the day. And now the line has opened again for Rise of the Resistance. It's on a 2-hour wait. I will be honest though, I was in line with some people that, you know, they were chatty, but then they're starting to throw like, excuse me, it's not what do you think? I'll be back. What movie's that from? And then being like, Misa, where? And I'm like, what character is that? And I'm like, I'm really annoyed right now and I don't want to be anywhere around this, especially when they started putting cell phones in my face and say, hey, check out this video. Cool, friendly, but there should be a limit. There should be like a 2-minute limit on your chat in the line instead of it being like, okay, now I'm stuck having to be nice to you. Like, I have my limitations. I'm an adult. I'm not here to entertain, except you guys. So we're gonna go to the Hollywood Tower now. try to get on this legendary attraction, which I've been on many other parks, but I haven't been on the original. So here we go. Tower of Terror, one of my favorites. Apparently it's on a new cycle that's pretty impressive too, so looking forward to this. I've just booked my Disney Lightning Lane pass for the day, which is a reasonable price of 15 bucks, but there's 2 attractions in the park that obviously are an upcharge beyond that. That would be Mickey and Minnie's Railway, which I've already booked a pass for. May regret that decision. It was a 10-buck charge to do that, on top of the 15 that I already paid. Rise of the Resistance. Smugglers Run I have a pass for as well, so that's all good. At least I'll get that in. But Rise of the Resistance, no passes available for the rest of the day. Although I did talk to some park staff and they were super helpful to try to give me some insight on how to challenge or tackle the day. Which if they come to fruition, those tips, then I'll give you an idea of what to do on a day like today where it is fairly busy. We're gonna try to get everything in, but most of the major attractions, including Tower of Terror, are now on 70-minute waits, so I'm gonna try to use that fast lane to get in on that attraction, but nothing else can be booked now for another hour and a half, so it really is a crapshoot with the Lightning Lane, but we're gonna make the best of it as we can. Whew, it's so busy. The strollers are out. I have to recall my earlier self when I made these reservations that I said, yeah, I did make the decision that, hey, this park is pretty expensive to attend, so I might as well make the whole day of it, which I'm gonna do. I don't have I have until 3 o'clock to wait before I can even get onto Smugglers Run. So I'm gonna do a little bit more of an extreme move here, and I'm gonna go and do Star Tours, and then I'm gonna go back to Rise of the Resistance. Since my fast passes won't come back into effect until 3 o'clock after I've done Smugglers Run, that might be the right call. Talked to a lot of attendants today about what is the best course of action for my day, but I do know that I'm gonna be here probably for the most of it to try to get as much in as I can and enjoy it for what it is, including food, which is something that I have not had a lot of in the last 24 hours. So yeah, I'm gonna take a show in, do Rise, do Star Tours, which is on a 20-minute wait, do Muppet Vision 3D, which is on a 10-minute wait, and then carry on the day here. All right, let's take in the atmosphere. Enough of me talking. I will say everybody's been super helpful in trying to give me the best sort of way to tackle what's going on here today. It's crazy busy. That's Disney.
Mira arriba, mira arriba.
We droids are made to suffer such indignity.
We're going to sightseeing, and it's only on Star Tours.
Oh, that reminds me. Let's run a diagnostic on the candroid.
Star Tours. It has been, as you can probably predict, 30 years since I've been on this ride. I have done the one in Paris not so long ago, but this is a brand new experience, as this is a revamped version of Star Tours that I'm looking very forward to, and also very bespoke as it's different per ride, as you get never the same ride twice, or at least you're hoping so, because it is a bit of a crapshoot. Since this is the first time I've been in a line, I'm going to give you a true assessment on how the queue is working for their versus the actual time.
It's a trap. Here comes another one. Wow, I don't know what that is, but it looks like foul play to me.
Okay, finally getting on a ride with these.
Para su seguridad,
Probably the mask
sentados
and the
con el
glasses.
cinturón de seguridad ajustado.
Bob
Y cuiden a los
supposed to wear the
pequeños.
mask during the ride, but
Do not put on your flight
Glasses are
glasses
getting
until
foggy.
instructed to do so by a crew member. One final reminder.
okay, Star Tours is done, and yeah, it's pretty much the same as it was way back in the day, except new films. Except at the same time, you're paying attention to the lack of mask wearing in the attraction itself. Just so you know, you're supposed to wear masks while you're inside the attraction, but most of the people in there were wearing them like this. So I don't know what that's gonna do. Leaves a fair attitude towards it. It's cool, whatever. You know, I was in Universal without a mask on yesterday, but it's crazy busy in here, so you're getting a lot more close proximity. For perspective's sake, if I get COVID, I can't go home. So I do need to make sure that I'm at least a bit diligent with that. So Star Tours is good, solid ride. I think I won't be doing it again for a bit in the day. Hopefully I might get another ride on it, but yeah, I did choose the right time to get here because the line is twice as long as it had been when I got into the queue. And as I was saying, the queue is actually half of the wait in reality as what's posted on the board. So it took about 12 minutes to get in, and it's 25-minute wait, so there you go. Hopefully that will work out true when I get into the line for Rise of the Resistance, which is 2 hours now currently. Although some insider information from before, I think I'll be waiting until the end of the day to get on that, because apparently the line might get fairly short around 2 and around the end of the day as well. I'm going to do another attraction that I did when I was a kid here that I had huge regard for, and that is Muppets 3D Theater, Muppet Vision 3D. We're going to do that, kind of have a bit of a relax, enjoy it, and then get back onto the other side because I'm going to do Mickey and Minnie's Railway after that, as I have a fast pass for that at noon. All right, finally on a ride after 2 hours of being in this park. Let's get some serious business done. All right, we're a little bit more rejuvenated. I got a lot to say, but I probably won't even remember it all for this portion of the video. But I did just get off Muppets 3D, probably exactly as I remember it. I definitely probably had a bigger impression of it as a kid, but I'm glad that it's still the same actual attraction because it's still good. Great for the kids. It reminded me of A Bug's Journey in Animal Kingdom. Yeah, just less intense as, say, that experience, even though some of the kids were a bit upset by the appearance of Bubbles or whatever. I get often compared to the old guys in the balcony as far as my perspectives are concerned, so yeah, that might paint a picture for you guys as far as why I say the things that I do. I don't know. That's my humor. Definitely great that they haven't edited some of the aspects of that show, because in current times, some of the jokes would not pass a script writer's session. So I'm now headed to the new attraction here, which is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. They also just had an interaction with Theme Park Guy Productions. So if you're watching this, hello. We're having a much better time now. So yeah, like the staff have been awesome, I will say. And some have recognized the shirt that I'm wearing today, i.e. Zach there, Theme Park Guy Productions. I do have a fast pass for this ride, so I'm just gonna go right on it. One thing I should say, and you know, I'm gonna probably say controversially, is that if you do get the fast pass and you're, say, here alone, it does at least give you the luxury of having to avoid those interactions in lines like I had earlier. You get asked a lot of questions, even like just my mask leads to a whole litany of questions, of which I'd rather that people watch the video and have them answered that way than for me to do it point blank. But yeah, that's just not the case. I launched this boat, so I might as well sail it, right? All right, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. One thing I will say about the fact of being at a park like this is that it's refreshing to not get vlog bombed, because there's so many vloggers that it doesn't even matter in a park like Disney. Like half the people here seem to be vlogging anyway. Actually, I haven't seen any vloggers, but a lot of Instagram influencers taking pictures. Not that that's a point, but all said and done, we're gonna go on this new attraction. I'll give you my impressions. I missed the Great Movie Ride. I do have a POV of that great attraction for when it existed. And yeah, it's been a long time since I've been on that ride, so I don't think I'll really remember any of the structural work inside. I missed the studio tour too. I don't really know why it's not offered anymore. It's been years since it has, but it does seem like this park is a little light in the attractions. So the fact of the matter is that I don't think I'm gonna really have a full day here other than just waiting in line for things like Rise of the Resistance and Smugglers Run, which I have a fast pass anyway, but if I like it, I'll do it again and then try to get on Tower Terror. I have had a now full meal for the first time since I arrived in Florida, so I probably have a little bit more energy for you guys. I apologize if the first part of this was a bit cranky, but I think we'll have a greater day. But like I said, I feel that by 4 o'clock, if I sneak in Rise of the Resistance, which I'm planning to do before I do Smugglers Run, I'm gonna be a little bit light on attractions, except for the Zippy Dog Zippy Zip Zip coaster, which I think is gonna be a walk-on almost, or a pretty short wait by the end of the day. But I am gonna be here at least till 8 o'clock, so I will definitely get everything in. Yeah, things in between, I definitely won't be leaving here saying, oh, I didn't get to do that, or any other attraction other than the shows maybe. But I'm not really too into the shows, as those of you that probably watch this channel already know. More into stuff like this. Although I don't know about this. This looks like it's gonna be a cartoon, a train ride through a cartoon, really? This looks like it's gonna be a train ride through a cartoon. All right, well, let's find out. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. got crazy windy. I just did Mickey and Minnie's Runaway train, which you got to see the entirety of. Does make me nostalgic for the great movie ride. To be honest, I wish that experience was still available, even though a lot of the scenes in that ride really wouldn't speak to the current generations, or even like, you know, generations like myself that maybe just don't watch Casablanca anymore. Because yeah, it was really about the golden age of filmmaking that ride celebrated, and really a long lost golden age at that. One thing as well that I have discovered, since I did buy the fast lane at $10 for that ride, don't regret it, because that would have been an hour waiting in almost the sun, and pretty tight quarters next to the theater, so don't miss that experience. However, looks like I'm going to be waiting in a line anyway, because it's coffee time, and it looks like the line is a bit long for it. Okay, nothing more frustrating than having to wait for 20 specialty coffees before you get your black coffee, just sitting on the counter. But that's a minor situation when you're dealing with Starbucks. I at least have it, and I'll be much happier for it, because I'm going back into the line for Rise of the Resistance. One of the tips that I was mentioning from much earlier is the fact that during park hopper availability time, around 2 o'clock, there will be a changeover between the parks, so you might want to get into that. Sorry about the wind. It's crazy windy right now. You might want to get in there first before, say, any other park goers get to the park to get on that ride, and create a whole new queue. So it's advertised at 90 minutes, and based on the current trend, that's probably going to be an hour, I think. Then I have 2 lightning lanes after that. So my hacks are starting to come through, I hope. I don't want to jinx anything. The ride will probably go down again while I'm in line. So yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's get on Rise of the Resistance.
transports waiting to take you to General Organa's secret base on Pakara. I'll regroup with you there. The Resistance desperately needs your help in our fight against Kylo Ren and the First Order. Remember, it is vital that you keep the location of the Pakara base secret. Lieutenant Beck, one of our top commanders, will lead you.
Affirmative. Transport is ready. Nine-Nom and I shall personally see them delivered.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Welcome to the cause. May the Force be with us.
Commander Bone Daniel and a squadron of X-Wings shall escort us to the rendezvous point on Pakara.
Roger, this is Black Leader. I hear you're a fine-looking group of recruits. Well, no time to waste. Let's get you on your way to the General.
Initiate replay sequence on Deck 3 for Pakara. This is your final call on board. I am getting a high reading on the fuel pressure line. That's better. Check the binary motivator. Yes, I just want to be sure. All recruits must be on board now. Transport is away in 30 seconds. Good. Yes, check the hyperdrive also.
Transport takeoff in 20 seconds.
Good. Airspeed sensor. Thank you, Nine-Nom. Black Leader, are you and your team ready?
Affirmative. The engines are hot. Red 2, Blue 5, report. Red 2, check.
Blue 5 standing by.
Affirmative. Hyperdrive systems normal. Engage repulsors and hold on, recruits. All ships, launch. I am Lieutenant Beck. As you heard from Ray, I have been tasked with getting you to Pakara.
Red 2, Blue 5, keep tight now. Let's get ready to make that jump to light speed on my mark.
Black Leader, we're picking up an unusual signal. Are you spotting anything?
Yeah, I see it. We'll check it out. BB-8, what do you got?
There appear to be a number of small craft heading our way. Raise the shields.
We got company. First Order TIE fighters. Reload! Reload! Red 2, Blue 5, we gotta clear a path so transport can make the jump. They're all over us! I'm hit!
We lost Red 2, more incoming. Blue 5 taking evasive action.
Try to shake him, Blue!
I'm trying, but
We lost Blue 5! I'm gonna try to get out of the way!
Copy that. Get us clear so we can make the jump.
Be ready, you won't have much time!
Where are all those TIE fighters coming from? Star Destroyers.
Get out of there!
We can't. We're caught in a tractor beam. It's pulling us in.
Get some friends and make this a fair fight! Don't worry, I'll come back for you! Stay strong!
Is there anything we can do, Nine-Nom? No, the tractor beam will be too strong.
Cargo vessel TR-141, identify yourselves and prepare to be boarded.
This is TR-141. We are a civilian vessel. By whose authority are we being detained?
By the authority of the First Order, Resistance scum. Now bring down your shields and prepare to be boarded.
They'll want a location of our secret base. Tell them nothing. The future of the Resistance is at stake. I have a bad feeling about this. Stand back from those doors.
The ship is now under command of the First Order. You must exit immediately and go down the corridor to Ray for your interrogation. Now get out.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right there.
is covering on.
Line up here, one behind the other. One on the right here. Below now. The three of you, go.
All right, good, red, get in.
As you can see, I have assigned you to your color codes. Those colors are going to be really crucial for your interrogation once you are inside your cell. Each and one of you will be called by your color, so make sure you memorize it.
Memorize it, so
Right, blue and red. How many? Right inside your cell. Well, let's go to your north. Both of you, let's go.
All right, those on blue and red, turn around.
Sugar?
Leave us.
Yes, General.
Enemies of the First Order. We will soon snuff out your meager resistance. You chose the wrong side, and now you will pay. The Resistance prisoners.
You have what I want. You know the location of the secret base, and I will take it from you.
We are needed on the bridge.
Keep the prisoners here. I will return to finish this personally.
Escape pods now! Lieutenant Beck, we need to find him a way.
Devotos para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados con su cinturón de seguridad bien ajustado. Mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del transporte y supervisen a sus niños.
Right hand side. Out to the escape pods. Hang on to anything loose and keep your mask all the way on. Good luck.
You nervous? Yeah.
Then head down to the escape pod base. Those droids are programmed to return you to Batu. Hurry and don't get caught. Lieutenant Beck will guide you.
Recruits, for your safety, stay seated with seatbelts securely fastened. Keep hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the transport and supervise your children. Tell them it's a prisoner transfer. Did it work? Good. Now get a move on. There's a clear path to the turbo lifts at the end of the hallway. Turn right. Probe droid. You're lucky it didn't spot you. Take those turbo lift and stay out of trouble.
Hey, you're not authorized. Wait, go to the prisoners.
Your cover is blown. Find an alternate route. Who picked these two droids anyway?
Detention blow breach. Prisoner crossing on their way. There they are! Fire!
The escape pods just below us. Take the lift down. Hurry! Hurry!
No, not up! I said down!
This does not look good. Try to find another way down to the escape pods.
The resistance will attempt to rescue the prisoners.
They have neither the resources nor the courage to engage us.
You underestimate their conviction. Raise the shields!
Shields? I see no evidence.
Now!
Sound the alarm! All personnel to their stations!
Sir, the prisoners have escaped.
How brave, but ultimately hopeless. There's nowhere to run. Resistance is about to be destroyed.
Escape pods came in a little off target. Ground crews will meet you outside the wreck. All right, nice job, recruits. Not what you signed on for, but hey, you're resistance now. I think I have that authority. Right, Beck? Where's the lieutenant? I need eyes on Beck. I know, Scaffery's pod beacon.
More escape pods down in Sector 4. Verification pending from Key Command personnel.
Where's the lieutenant? I need eyes on Beck.
We're tracking Beck's pod at the wreckage, sir. It's...
Wreckage? I've got a bad feeling about this.
No, sir. He came down at the wreckage site.
That doesn't sound good. He was the backbone of this operation. If anything happened to him,
Stan's ladder.
Lieutenant Beck here.
Beck! You're alive!
I should hope so. Great job, recruits. Thanks to your heroism, the location of the Resistance base is secure. Bravo! Yes, R5, you too.
rider queue. Hello. Hello, single rider queue. I'm still speechless. I just got off a rise. I'm not saying anything until I do Smugglers Run. But speechless is pretty much all you need to hear from me. I'm sure there's been many. I just don't even know how to process what I just went through. I know there's been a lot of POVs of that attraction over the last year and a bit. Nothing does it justice. Nor does anything do justice in words to what this place is like when you first experience it like I am now. I'm just overwhelmed. My voice is quavering. I don't know, maybe it's just my childhood coming to life. Similar to my Beetlejuice experience last night. I just don't know what to say other than I'm totally blown away.
All done? Yeah. You want to buy it? You are there, yes. I hear you. Copy that.
This is the lightning fast line, which obviously you're gonna miss certain parts of the attractions. I'd say at Universal it's worse off because you do miss a lot of the theming of the queue. Fortunately, that's not really the case here, as you kind of do get a nice glimpse of what they're going through over there. Lineup hasn't been longer than an hour all day, so no real concerns about a re-ride. If this is as good as the premier attraction.
Transport this valuable merchandise across the galaxy. Pilots to navigate, engineers to operate the ship, and gunners to defend the shipments. And that is where you come in. Oh, the Millennium Falcon. En route for some very fast and very profitable expeditions. Chewbacca, my fine furry friend. Yes, as we agreed, you let us use the ship. We'll get you the supplies you need. It's a win-win. You help the resistance, and I get all the profits. What? The first order will never know we were there. do you own? You might need it. Today's flight takes you to the planet Corellia. You will be intercepting.
Por favor, permanezcan sentados y cuide a los niños. Gracias.
Pull the yellow strap for me.
Que lo jales.
Flight engineer, repair this. Hit your flashing button. You better be faster when we get in trouble. Right, pilot, push the flashing button to take off. Pilot on the left.
Screwed that one up, yo.
Stick to fly right and left. I was just about to say that. Pilot on the right. Pull back on the stick to fly.
Oh, I gotta pay attention.
Left pilot, hit the boosters. Now let's go get that flight.
Pilot.
Right pilot, make the jump to light speed. Take evasive action! After that plane! Flight engineers, fire the harpoons! The pilot brakes! My friends, that could have been much worse. Okay, it's much worse. Yes, you got one. Excellent, my friends. Now power up the ship. Well, I gravity. See ya. You see, just as I promised, my friend, now that the resistance has rotated, maybe a little something for Otto. Pilots, line up behind the train so we can harpoon that last car. Get behind the train. Flight engineers, fire the harpoons and reel us in. Pilots, into the center. Runners, shoot the train. Oh, that's ridiculous. Things are getting too hot. I got to get out of here. Yes, a distraction. Fire the missiles at the train. Hurry. It's coming down. Left pilot, hit the boosters. Boost, boost, boost. Let's get out of here! Your hyperdrive has failed. Pilots, evasive maneuvers. We've got company. Drew is right. If we lead them back, they might find the resistance. Only 3 left. You did it. Watch out! Oh, that's going to be good.
I don't know what to do.
Yes, Chewie will pilot us in remote. You retrieve 1 container of coaxium. This will greatly help the resistance. You have heard the First Order and made Chewie proud. Now, after my modest profit, your cut minus what you owe me for damaging the Falcon is... Oh, that is rough.
¿Qué padre? 9, nada. 9, 100.
Oh, wait, my friends. I'm afraid we have picked up a hitchhiker. All right. Scan the exterior of the Falcon for life forms. You see, this happens sometimes when you travel through uncharted regions of the galaxy as much as I do. It is not unusual to find a stray species or two clinging to the hull. Now, well, keep looking. The last time for you to go. And don't worry, the payment is on the way. Trust me.
Hot shot. Thank you. Okay, 2 rides on Rise of the Existence. Rise of the Existence. Rise of the Resistance. I did do the ride as a pilot the first time, as mentioned. I'd say that's the best position. I didn't do the gunner yet, but engineering was fun. Definitely the best for managing the camera work during that, because you can you don't have to use the joystick or the throttle stick in order to manage your flight. Pretty good simulator. Reminds me of like Back to the Future back in the day, but the way that the ship is sort of enclosed within the screen room, you really get a good feel that you're within the action more than, say, it being open air and you can kind of see the peripheries of the screen. You can't see them in that car, so super effective. I liked it a lot, but I will say, feeling a little bit queasy now after 2 simulation rides in a row and 3 3D rides in a row from earlier today, or 3D experiences, let's say.
Thanks for visiting us today. For the safety and health of everyone, masks fully covering your mouth and nose are required indoors. Thank you for your cooperation.
Shopping mall or not, I am impressed.
Do you know what you're supposed to do? You're like all competitive. They were on there. Check it out.
Having just rained and now the sun breaking, you're getting some, well, we're getting some incredible shots. So we'll just carry on doing so. Now I did say earlier that, you know, this is a park that seems to be lacking in attractions. But that being said, you could kind of spend half your day just taking in the atmosphere of this area, as it is certainly stunning. So as I didn't find out that single rider situation until later in the day, had I known that, I would have done that first before doing rides. But I've got my 2 rides on Smugglers Run out of the way. I don't think I'd really do it a third time. It's a little stomach churning for those of you that aren't really conducive to, or let's say, light in the stomach. Yeah, it was a little, it can be a little nauseous after a while, because it's an intense simulator. Probably one of the more intense ones I've ever been on. Okay, I'm gonna battle my way to the other side of the park now. Okay, well, I'm gonna go on Rockin' Rollin' Coaster, Rockin' Rollin' Coaster, whatever it's called behind me. It's Rockin' Roller Coaster, not whatever it's called. That's probably the most easiest to remember roller coaster name out there. I'm glad that I'm here because I have a feeling that this, the shelf life of this particular ride is limited because the Aerosmith IP attached to it, or it's not really an IP, but the theming is probably numbered considering what they're doing at Disneyland Paris with this ride. It's only probably a matter of time before this ride gets retrofitted with that new Marvel concept. So I'll get to experience it at least once for the first time as it's originally was intended, and maybe the next time I'm here I'll see the new version of it. It's on an hour wait, but I do have a speed pass which I'm about to use. I doubt I'll probably come back to ride it, but who knows, I may, based on my review coming up. The Rockin' Roller Coaster credit is now behind me, and yeah, kind of reminded me a bit of Vogel Rock for some strange reason, but it's not really Vogel Rock, is it? For those of you that actually have been on that fantastic attraction in Holland. Also kind of like the Mummy combined with Vogel Rock, with some inversions maybe, but nothing really impressive to me other than it was a decent ride. I wouldn't really fault it. It's not just the most intense coaster ever, but that wouldn't be appropriate in this park anyway. Yeah, I don't really mind it though. Like it's exactly what I expected. The force on it wasn't too intense or anything. I enjoyed that tunnel just before the inversion actually, and the lighting effects. And throughout basically the lighting was really the thing that impressed me the most with the ride. And I was looking at that more than actually taking in the experience of the ride itself. I'm gonna try to get on Tower of Terror now because it's the only thing that I haven't done. And I do have a fast pass, or lightning pass, for later on around 7. The queue apparently is a bit short. Sure enough, the lineup actually increased by 5 minutes in the time that I went up to the entrance for Tower of Terror. So we're going back on the other side of the park. Gotta get on Slinky Doggy Dog Coaster somehow today. It's gonna be a bit of a battle to get on there, but I don't know, they might have a single rider queue for that too. Silly enough, I did not look, but I'm gonna now. And that'll kind of cover all the attractions for the day, and I think that my plan has worked. How am I gonna fit Rise of the Resistance in there? I'm not entirely sure. I either do it now, or I wait until the very end of the day to try to get it on a slow. The other tip is that one park attendant told me that the queue yesterday was around a half an hour at the end of the night. So it's worth the risk, and the park does seem a bit more open right now. And also, one really big tip that he gave me is that whenever a ride closes temporarily, like Rise of the Resistance, they tend to inflate the wait time, so that way a bunch of people don't rush for that attraction all of a sudden and really kind of ram it. So if you see some downtime on a ride, you might want to hover around it to see if you can get on when it comes back into service, because that will get you a shorter queue, despite what the app is telling you. Alright, well, we're going on that side of the park to see exactly what we have on offer here for the end of the Hollywood Studios experience. I should mention that I probably won't be here till the very end of the night because I do have another event and another park to go to, so I haven't already mentioned it. But we're doing SeaWorld later on tonight until the wee hours again, much like last night with Halloween Horror Nights. So here we go, the final chapter in our Hollywood Studios experience.
Everybody else is okay. Not mine.
Thank you for your patience. You're gonna go down the middle lane, please. Middle lane, please, choice. Absolutely. Alright, friends, right down the middle lane.
Close with a question. To do Slinky Doggy Dog, a 70-minute wait, basically an hour. I will update on the queue times. The Rise of the Resistance was exactly 110 minutes as posted when I got in the line, so it seems pretty accurate for those particular attractions. But yeah, I don't really need to get on this coaster, not for an hour wait. I've got only 2-ish hours left, and there are other things that I'd rather do, obviously, so I'm gonna do those instead and maybe leave this credit for another day. I don't think it'll be a while. It will probably be a while before I come back to this park, so who knows? I may never get on it, but that's fine. There are plenty of other credits to get out there. This ride wasn't really built for me anyway, so it is kind of unfortunate that they don't offer a single rider option on that ride, because most coasters, it's pretty standard. And even in this park, it seems pretty standard, but for some reason that does not, or is not the case here.
Where are you? Behind me?
Admit making a colossal mistake because I've gone back and forth, making a decision on what I should do. And with Slinky still on an hour wait, yeah, I'm just gonna give it a pass as I originally said, because I did go back, went in the line, and then immediately changed my mind. His priorities are what they are. It makes more sense for me to get 2 rides in on something I actually want to ride, which would be Tower of Terror, because I know I'm going to enjoy it based on the other ones that I've done. So I'm going back there now. It's a 40-minute wait, so I'll be able to do that, plus do my Fast Pass for Toy Story Mania after that, but I also have the Fast Pass for Tower of Terror, which I could do immediately after getting off of the first ride. So I'm going to do 2 rides on Tower of Terror, and then we'll see what happens after that. Because who knows, if the waits are short enough, I might stay until park close and then get myself onto hopefully Rise again. I will say though, given how the experience was, it's not going to be the same the second time anyway. It's almost like worth it to do it with someone else that hasn't done before, just to see how they experience it, or to share that experience with them. Anyway, let's do some Tower of Terror. I should also say, because I'm gonna do, if they even had a single rider queue, I'd miss out on all of the pre-show elements of Tower of Terror. And that includes in the fast lane. So I'll do the full experience first, then I'll do a fast lane, so I'll get the full complement of what it's all about, including the recent improvements to the inside. So, all right, here we go. Hopefully, I will not change my mind again.
It's like sweet and sour bread.
When stormy night always told, 5 people stepped through the door. That door is opening once again. This time, it's opening for you. To discover what lies beyond the fifth dimension, beyond the deepest, darkest corner of your imagination, in the Tower of Terror. Those of you who made it.
Just finished the Tower of Terror, and yeah, it was great. I don't think it was as intense as the one that I did in Paris, although I definitely noticed the changes from that version and this, the original version, being that slide out into the chamber and then slide back, that they don't have quite as thorough, let's say, because the actual ride vehicle just goes straight into the drop chamber in the Paris version, whereas for this one, yeah, it does that crazy like little turn and weave to get into the chamber, which is kind of fascinating. Great attraction. regardless. Subtle differences between the presentation. Notice the boiler room was actually not as big as the one in Paris, but yeah, I'm very impressed. Love it. It's not that intense. I thought it was going to be more intense because I'd heard reports that that was the most intense one, but maybe my memory does not serve me well. So, this is it. I'm still here. I do have one fast pass left, which is for Toy Story Mania. I could still keep going, but I'm gonna see what's going on with Rise and with Slinky. And if I can't get on them after my Toy Story Mania sojourn, I will be heading out of the park. Alright, I've decided not to use the speed pass because there's some sort of wait there at the line that it does not make sense. But there's literally more people in the speed pass line right now than there is in the actual regular line. So I'm just gonna not bother with that right now. I also just discovered that it is a 3D attraction, and I'm kind of 3D'd out right now. And I do have a couple of rides to debut later on this evening that I'd like to enjoy for its most, and that means no more 3D for me today. Slinky Doggy Dog is still running an hour wait. In fact, based on that line, it's actually longer. I would say that all of the park hoppers have arrived. Maybe, maybe not. It's quite the illuminations here. Well, I think I've had my fill of families and Disney life for today. I will say that it makes me appreciate more the other parks that I've been to, like Shanghai Disney, Tokyo Disney, Disneyland, Euro Disney, Disney Paris, whatever they're calling that now, and among others, because yeah, they're just generally well behaved in those parks compared to this one. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get all sorts of negative comments if I make this in the edit, but I gotta speak my truth. Yeah, so I'm gonna go through Mos Eisley in the Star Wars area once more at night to get the full experience here, and then I'm gonna head out to my next event. No Slinky Doggy Dog today, no second ride on Rise of the Resistance. That's fine. Like I said, I don't think I really need another ride on it. I want to have that first impression really stay with me. And yeah, I just kind of, you know, with dark rides, you kind of, after the first time, you kind of are like, okay, been there, done that. There's no surprises. There's nothing more to expect. I will, when we get to that side, give the review. But for now, enjoy a silent walkthrough through this incredible zone. unfortunately not going to be in the cantina today.
I checked the radar. It's gonna blow over. It blew over earlier. We'll do it again next
Alright guys, well that is it from Hollywood Studios here. Gotta give my impressions of Rise of the Resistance. What hasn't been said? Unbelievable ride. Not my favorite dark ride of all time, oddly enough. However, certain parts of it were some of the best things that I've ever experienced on any themed attraction ever. That being said, Smugglers Run was also really good, a decent ride. I'm kind of getting the over-simulator aspect of the screens in Rise of the Resistance and the screens overall, and these attractions are starting to remind me of what Universal are doing with some of their work, and that's a bit disappointing because Disney's more about practical effects. Not that Rise doesn't have its share of that, but it's almost like a mix of really mind-blowing set pieces and screens. The hologram of, I'm going to be totally bad and forget Ray at the beginning, was quite impressive. But then the screens throughout the rest of the ride, it didn't look that much different than a ride, say, 20 years old. The lightsaber effect as well, because you're actually here, you get to see how it actually works, because that was something I was very fascinated by. I'm not going to give away how it does, although if you watch the video and I captured it good enough, you might be able to do so yourself, although I'm pretty sure it's been written about many, many times. I don't watch that many vlogs because, yeah, I'm out here doing all this and also have a full-time job plus a film that I have premiering here in Orlando in only a day or so, this time tomorrow. Well, that is a wrap. Like I said, I don't think it's the greatest of value overall for a park based on what you get at, say, other Disney parks and the price point, and also the frustrations that you have to deal with being in Florida. And yeah, it's just a little bit up in your face here that, you know, say if you're from Canada, and there's a little bit more respect for space there, although I think that my vlogs from previous have not really made that true. Maybe it's just me. I'm getting to the end of the October season. I've been to a lot of parks and a lot of public events for the first time in 2 years, and it's definitely sort of adding up a bit. Well, that might be it from Hollywood Studios for quite some time. I hope you guys enjoyed my day here. I'm going to SeaWorld now to get a full complement of what they have to offer during their first ever horror event. And also going to go on Mako for the first time, which should be, and Infinity Falls. So it should be very exciting. It's already raining, so who cares about getting wet? But for now, that's a wrap here from Hollywood Studios. Lots of people actually still coming in here for Rise of the Resistance. It's at a 75-minute wait, so my original prediction of it being somewhat, you know, closer to a half an hour did not actually come true. But it don't matter, I'm leaving anyway. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Always enjoy.